It's Thursday, February 23rd. I'm Sarah Fergani with KENS 5 News Now. U.S. Senator John Cornyn will be in Hays County today with local officials trying to raise awareness about the fentanyl crisis. Cornyn will take part in a roundtable discussion in Buda, including with parents who have lost children to fentanyl. Hays County CISD has been hit especially hard. Just this school year, 5 district students have died from fentanyl poisoning. 2 families of surviving Uvalde school shooting victims file a new lawsuit. It lists numerous people and organizations they believe are to blame. 19 students and 2 teachers lost their lives in that shooting last May. The 85-page lawsuit now cites negligence in police response. It includes former UCISD Police Chief Peter Arredondo, Uvalde PD, the Uvalde County Sheriff's Office, and members of Texas DPS. They were also suing the gun store that sold the weapon to the 18-year-old gunman and Daniel Defense, the gun maker. The families say the company actively promotes its weapons on social media and video games to younger audiences. The lawsuit names the school district, citing the culture of noncompliance at Robb Elementary, adding the school did not treat the maintenance with doors and locks with any urgency. The plaintiffs are demanding a jury trial. Highway 281 in South Bexar County is back open after a massive brush fire. It took 7 hours before the highway finally opened back up. The fire started in front of a house, which is now a total loss. Heavy winds carried those flames, burning 8 buildings in its path. Crews also had to battle through sand as their brush trucks got stuck while trying to put out the fire. No word on an exact cause yet. A lot of heartbreak across the news industry today after 3 people, including a television news reporter and a 9-year-old girl, were killed in a shooting spree. This happened in Orlando, Florida. Spectrum News confirmed one of the reporters, Dylan Lyons, has died. A news photographer was also wounded and is now in critical condition. They said Lyons had been covering news in Orlando for only less than a year. Police said the shooting rampage started at 11:30 Wednesday morning, and a 20-year-old woman was found shot to death in a car. Hours after that, they say the gunman, 19-year-old Keith Moses, returned to the scene and shot reporter Dylan Lyons and his photojournalist who were reporting on that first shooting. Emotions were high as other journalists were forced to break the news.
This is every reporter's absolutely worst nightmare. We go home at night afraid that something like this will occur.
Investigators believe Moses then walked down this street and into another home where he shot a 9-year-old girl and her mother. The child did not survive. The mom is still fighting for her life. The suspected shooter is now in police custody and no motive yet for the attack. Texas State Senator Paul Betancourt is addressing the problem of catalytic converter thefts across our state.
It's become rampant. The value of the materials of the converter is so high that people are finding their catalytic converters stolen at home, at work, office.
If your converter was stolen, you know how expensive it is, but now it's costing drivers even if yours wasn't taken. We've learned you could see higher insurance rates as a result. The new bill in the legislature aims to make stealing the converters or illegally possessing one a felony. USAA had 10,000 affected customers last year. Want to get to a shooting at a West Side gas station. Police need your help. This happened last Wednesday on North Star Zamora. Police say the shooter was in a vehicle and shot at the victim as he drove through the gas station. No word on if the person was hit. If you recognize this individual, call Crime Stoppers at 224-STOP and you could earn a reward. A massive winter storm sweeps across the U.S. with 29 states under a winter weather alert today. More than 75 million Americans are impacted, with the system stretching as far west as California. Forecasters expect up to a half an inch of ice in some places of southern Michigan, northern Illinois, and some eastern states. The FDA fines 4 e-cigarette makers, accusing them of selling products illegally. Apparently, they did not have proper FDA authorization to sell their products in the U.S. The FDA says the 4 companies were warned to take their products off the market, but they did not comply. The maximum fine is more than $19,000 for each violation. Also, a big announcement from the White House to lower annual mortgage premiums on loans that are backed by the Federal Housing Administration. Vice President Kamala Harris made that announcement. The White House saying it expects this move to drop annual premiums by 30 base points, helping an estimated 850,000 home buyers. Hollywood writers and producers are trying to avoid another writers' strike. The current deal expires May 1st, and they have set a date of March 20th to begin negotiations. Directors and Actors Guild negotiations are expected to follow. Now, you might remember back in 2007-2008, writers' strike lasted 100 days and cost the LA economy billions of dollars. Today, the Alamo is holding its opening ceremony to commemorate the Battle of the Alamo. It marks the 187th anniversary of the first day of the 12-day siege leading to the battle. Today, all day, the Alamo is hosting living history demonstrations of the Mexican Army interpretation, and it is all free. If you're headed out there, though, are you going to need your jacket or what's going on? Let's check in with Paul.
Well, I think it's going to end up being a beautiful day today, Sarah. This morning we do have some fog, but that's already in the process of lifting out. Then we're going to have lots of sunshine. High temperature will be in the mid-80s, very spring-like. And then this evening, lots of clouds, temperatures mainly in the 70s. And tomorrow, I think, will be a lot cooler.
I guess just jeans and a t-shirt kind of day. That's KENS 5 News now. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Sarah Forgani. I'll see you tomorrow.